This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on a Tuesday. I'm Tito, Jeff Thitoff, Bobby Carpenter, my left. Bodie to my right. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, sir.
We got to do something with the microphones. All of them, every studio, it's like they're all kind of clunky and they need WD-40. I think what they need.
Well, they need to be rigid so they don't slide around. So you could have the alternative. Once you kind of get it set, it's kind of set it and forget it.
Yeah, because mine moves to the left and right pretty easily.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're watching us on YouTube, you can sort of see it. And so I always have to be careful about leaving it balanced like on top so it stays right in front of my face. So it could be worse, Tito.
No, the one on Saturday, in the main studio on Saturday, it's like whenever you moved it, it was like,
Why would you keep moving it?
I didn't move it all the time, but sometimes I had to adjust it just a little bit because it moved on
Because
its own.
you were growing?
Yes. No, Bob, but sometimes it like kind of dropped on its own and I had to move it around. And if I, in a break, I might have slid it short, like slightly to one side in a break. But that's all. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in
Sure,
Dublin.
put that ticket in. I'm sure they'll get right on it.
When Ben gets back from Hawaii in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Good for him.
Well
Well deserved.
I know Bob's been to Hawaii, right, Bob? You've been to Hawaii?
Sure. Yeah.
Bodie, do you want to go to Hawaii?
Oh, yeah.
I think I do too.
I'd go tomorrow. You put me in warm weather on a beach. And
Yeah,
it's
but
about
dude, I
all
went
need.
one time that I said I'd take my family if they ever want to go, but I don't know if the squeeze is worth the juice on the travel.
I get that. How
It's a
far is that
long-
flight? Dozen hours?
You got to go through L.A. usually first,
I
right?
mean, I went through Phoenix on my way out. I went through LA on my way back. I mean, it's about, let's put it this way. They had a red eye from Honolulu to Los Angeles. So that's how long that flight is. That's probably, I don't know, 5 maybe,
Okay.
4.5, 5. And then it's what to LA, 5, 4.5, 5.
Okay, so not a dozen, but double digits.
Yeah, but by the time you factor in airport travel and everything
Yeah.
else, I don't know any place where you walk in, walk to the plane, walk out, go.
Private jet. If you got
Private
one of
jet,
those.
but yeah, you need a pretty high performing private jet to even be able to do that. So, yeah, it was nice, but I don't know that I liked it any more than places in the Caribbean, which is all in the same time zone. I mean, the Super Bowl was played at Hawaii at like 1:00.
Kind of sounds great, to be honest with you.
Wait, 1 o'clock a.m.? No, maybe p.m. Wait, stop. I'm just
Stay on
talking
the other
through
side
it.
of the world.
Yes, that'd be okay, Bob. I'd be okay at the 1 o'clock p.m. Super Bowl.
Yeah,
start.
I'm not saying that it wasn't okay. I'm just telling you that, like, well, if it's starting at 1, your noon games are starting in the middle of the night, so you're probably not watching a whole lot of early level kicks for most of your life there.
So
you
Big Noon Kickoff does not care about the Hawaii people.
the
is
big
really
noon
what we're
kick is
getting at.
happening. Yeah, that might be leaving the bars on Saturday night is when Big Noon would be going off. And it was nice because I was able to get out and get that red eye that I talked about that left at like 8:30. It's like, you're telling me I can be on an 8:30 flight after watching the Super Bowl? Sounds great.
All right, sure.
But you lose, I mean, it's 6 or 7 hours of time zones difference, plus the travel out there. I mean, it took me, I left at 8 o'clock and got back at Columbus at 8 o'clock the next day.
Okay, so no Hawaii.
It was
That's what you're
24
telling me.
hours of flight. And that
So
was,
Ben's probably having a bad time.
no, it's good.
It's
it
great
was,
when you're there, it sounds
it
like.
was pretty. Oh, Honolulu's got a ton of traffic. It's a mess.
$7 for a gallon of milk.
Yeah, things are expensive.
I guess
Things are
so.
expensive, just
Really?
like on any other island. Oh, yeah. So it's pretty. It's nice. It's a state, so you don't have to worry about like customs or any of the other stuff. But it is a heck of a lot of travel for something that I said, I could probably get 90 to 95% of this in the Caribbean.
Did you know that Hawaii is the only state in the U.S. that doesn't have at least one part of its border as a straight line? Learned that the other day on YouTube.
Now that
Like, oh, that's interesting.
makes sense. 'cause
I
it's
never thought of it.
fully an island. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Little geography for you.
Geography. That's,
You watching YouTube shorts like my son, Bodie?
Yes, I do, Bob. And I'm not proud of it, but
That's
I do
terrible.
it. It's informative,
No,
right?
wait,
At
okay.
It
least
is.
not watching somebody else play a video game.
Your son watches shorts. Okay, it's educational. Bodie does. You probably should do it. Tito watches shorts. It's like,
I tell
oh,
my-
Tito,
wait,
you're an
wait.
idiot.
Are you telling me that I don't tell my kid to not watch those?
No, I'm just saying though, Bob.
I walk in and
see
say,
clips.
turn that crap off.
I see clips.
I'd say turn that crap off.
Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, Twitter, Facebook, also on the Geography channel. Catch a show from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus, and download the podcast anywhere you get your audio. Last night, Reds and Guardians both off. Reds play the A's at 6:40. Cleveland plays the Mets at 6:40. There was a trade deadline yesterday, but no, I don't talk baseball. I mean, it's nothing. The Reds sold some pieces. The Indians bought some pieces, but neither one of them did a whole lot that was of significance.
The Guardians acquired an all-star.
Which was that?
We'll get into it during quick hitters.
Oh, was that the quick hitters?
It's on the show sheet, yeah.
That stuff gets moved around. Okay.
Stuff gets moved.
That was in there since yesterday.
You still need
Probably one of the first things I put in there, actually.
Was the Guardians?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't know if the Reds trade with the Guardians. I wasn't sure if that was the All-Star or not, but it wasn't. The Reds did make a trade with the Guards. They got compensated.
Mm-hmm.
They got like international bonus money.
Sure.
Is what they got.
I know who the Guardians got. I wasn't as focused on the Reds side of things, if I'm being honest.
That's okay. Anyway, so also a big college football series has been resumed. Ish. And Bodie, near and dear to Bodie's heart. Bob, why don't you take this time right now to make me smarter?
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Carp.
It is Tuesday, August 4th, the 216th day of the year. $1.49 remaining in this 2026. This date's 1693, the date that is credited to Dom Perignon with the creation of champagne. How about that for everybody? This date. Do you know where champagne has to, for a sparkling wine to be called champagne, do you know what the qualifications for that are, Thitoff?
What the qualifications are for it to be sparkling, to be called champagne?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know it's got to be French, I guess. I don't know. Is Brut French? Yeah, Brut's French.
What is that? Brut's a type of champagne.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at I think Brut is a type of champagne, and so I'm thinking that
type of sparkling, actually, is what they refer to it as.
Okay, I would think it's got to be something from France and has to be overpriced.
I don't know about
carbonated to a certain extent.
No, it's just it literally just has to be champagne. Like it has to originate from France. Like
okay,
it has to be sparkling and it has to come from France.
We'll do victory lap
not
on
Illinois.
Not Illinois.
Okay. They did that one time, by the way.
It's completely day.
Channel 4 did that one day where they were talking about a Buckeye game in Champaign, and on the bottom of it, where they said, like, the Buckeyes get victory in Champaign.
G&E.
They spelled it that way. Yes.
Perfect.
Because we use copy editors. Yeah, that's right.
This date's 1790. The U.S. Coast Guard is founded as the Revenue Cutter Service. 1944. A tip from a Dutch informer leads the Gestapo to Anne Frank and her family that were hiding.
Oh.
Yeah, rough day for them. Diary closed. This date, 1958. Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel were released by Elvis.
If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to who heart is true.
And on that same date, the Billboard Hot 100 is released for the very first time. 1969, Willie Stargell was the first to hit a home run out of Dodgers Stadium. And on that same date, 1969, Because is recorded by the Beatles.
Because the wind is high.
Not a top 10.
Did you ever hear that song before just
Pretty
now,
low.
Bob?
No.
Neither did I.
And I was glad that I didn't.
Yep.
This date, 1973, The Morning After by Maureen McGovern hits number 1.
Oh, can't you see the morning after? It's waiting right outside the storm.
This date, 1974, Love Me Like a Rock is released by Paul Simon.
So get down on the knees and hug me. Won't you love me like a rock? She rocked me like a rock, oh baby.
love enjoying some of these songs I've never heard before and thinking, I wonder how that got to number one.
Great song by Paul Simon. I think it's about his mom. I think it's about like the love of from a mom is
I thought
what
it
it
was
is.
like a crack rock.
No, not a crack. It's not Michael Irvin's song. It's
Marijuana's not a drug.
Or Whitney Houston. It is I think it's actually a song about him and his mom, if I'm not mistaken.
1977, in response to the fire on the Cuyahoga River, the EPA is officially created by Jimmy Carter. 1984, Prince and Purple Rain hit number one for the first time, staying there for 24 weeks.
I can't believe on his first album he played every instrument on the album.
Yeah, very, very talented musician.
Also, top 3 Super Bowl performances for halftime shows.
This was good. Yeah.
The fact he's singing Purple Rain
Janet
while
and JT number 2 and 3.
well, that's a different category. Did they play music? I think that Prince, though, Bob, the fact it rained when he was singing Purple Rain was pretty cool.
That ended up working out. Was that the Miami Super Bowl?
I don't remember. I think it was. Now you mentioned, I think it was the Miami Super Bowl.
Well, that's the one that I remember it raining a lot.
It rained there. Yeah, it rained during Purple Rain. That one, I would put Springsteen up there. I loved his, but I'm biased on that one though. But Springsteen when it was the Steelers Cardinals Super Bowl.
Didn't they do like a Prince hologram sort of deal when it was in Minnesota a handful of years ago?
They
Does that
after he died, you
roughly
mean?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he could have done a hologram.
2007, Miami Gardens. Bam.
Okay.
Pouring Rain, as he coincided with his rendition of Purple Rain, creating a dramatic and visually stunning effect that has been celebrated by fans and critics alike. There you go.
And Tito.
And Tito. Good for him. This date, on that same date, 1984, the Summer Olympics were going on, and Carl Lewis won the 100 meters in L.A.
And there is Lewis off to a good start in lane 2 on the outside.
Al McGuire.
It's Lewis.
Yeah, it's not McGuire. Yeah,
Lane 4, but it's Lewis getting the
Michaels.
away. It's Carl Lewis and Brady on the outside, and I believe Brown finishing 3rd. Carl Lewis winning it and winning it breezy.
Breezy.
Hell of a singer, the anthem too.
Oh, yeah.
Francis Scott Hofke.
This date, 1985, the Angels' Rod Carew hits his 3,000th hit.
The pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit. There it is. Number 3,000 for Rod Carew. Downing stops at 3rd. And the game will be halted right here as a huge crowd in Anaheim. A standing salute to Rod Carew, number 16. And here come the Angels out of the dugout. They're going to go out and share this moment with Carew. Boone, the first man there, DeCince, Beniquez, and Gene Mock hugging Rod Carew. A wonderful, emotional moment here at Anaheim Stadium.
The PSA on why you don't drink too much, Bob, because I was supposed to have brunch with a group of people in Rod Carew in Vegas, but I missed it because I was hungover.
That has nothing to do with drinking too much. This just has your inability to get up and scrape yourself off the mat.
And also mentioned the Adam Sandler song, Rod Carew.
That is true. The Hanukkah song.
Yes.
This date, 1990, Vision of Love by Mariah Carey hits number 1.
I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. I had a vision of love.
She was hot back then.
Oh, she was hot for a long time. Time discriminates against no one, Thitoff. Except for maybe Shakira.
Her hips don't-
What?
I said her hips don't lie, but go ahead.
Some birthdays today. Louis Vuitton, born on this date, 1821. Louis Armstrong, the famed trumpeter, born on this date, 1901. Warren Avis, who started Avis Car Rental, born in 1915. Former Ohio governor, the 68th governor of the state, Ted Strickland, turning 85 today. And turning 77 today, he was just on with Rothman and Ice. Last week or the week before for their Gold Jacket Club, the Super Bowl MVP, of Super Bowl 17, that part of the 80s All-Decade team, Mr. John Riggins.
Poignant story that I can tell about John Riggins has to do with our names being hung at RFK Stadium. John's nowhere to be found. We have no idea where John is. Time's running down, and then all of a sudden the crowd starts to clap a little bit. They start to yell, and then all of a sudden they burst out in this roar. Here comes John Riggins out of the Redskin locker room in full battle regalia. I get goosebumps just reliving the story. The place is going nuts. They're screaming, yelling, and cheering. Johnny comes up and stands next to me. Here I am in my suit. There he is in his uniform, looking as great as ever. And I looked at him, and I said, John, why? Why? And he looked me in the eye and said, Joe, I had to hear it one more time. And I thought, if that doesn't tell you about John Riggins, then nothing does.
He was on Rothman and Ice for their gold jacket thing, huh?
They have a Hall of Famer on every
I know
week.
they do.
So you act like that's a surprise.
The fact it was Riggins, I'm just saying, I didn't know they had Riggins on. Riggins was a stud, like into it. He's one of the.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody in the Hall of Fame, I'd probably put in that category, Thitoff. So, like you were talking about this, they had DeMarcus Ware on earlier
He's a
this summer.
stud because of how long he did it. Like he's in his early to mid 30s, still having these fantastic seasons as a running back, which doesn't typically happen. That's what I was trying to get at, Bob.
Yeah. So why would that be surprising that they had him on?
Just for two reasons. One, I didn't know John Riggins was still alive. That's one of the reasons. So that part kind of surprised me.
That
right
might
there.
be the most impressive thing.
The fact he's 77. Riggins, the life he led, that surprised me right there. And then number two, I just didn't know if Riggins was still doing media. I've not heard him on media anywhere doing anything.
Most of the guys they have on don't do a lot of media. That's part of the allure of Gold Jacket Thursday.
Also, the fact that Joe Theismann right there was talking, whose name is actually Joe Theismann.
Well, you can make people pronounce it or ask people to pronounce it however you want them to.
No,
So,
they pronounced it differently. It was at Notre Dame. They changed it.
I understand the Theismann for Heisman.
Yeah.
It rhymed. And then he just rolled with it. So there you go.
And broke his leg.
That is true actually as well. One of the stars of Landman, Friday Night Lights, many, Armageddon, many others. Mr. Billy Bob Thornton turning 71.
I want you to take a moment and I want you to look each other in the eyes. I want you to put each other in your hearts forever, because forever is about to happen here in just a few minutes. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about Boobie Miles, who is your brother. And he would die to be out there on that field with you tonight. And I want you to put that in your hearts. Boys, my heart is full. My heart's full.
What's that from?
Is that serious?
I thought it was serious.
I mean, for someone who claims themselves like the sports historian aficionado, when he's referencing people, it's a book that's written based on a true story. You don't know who Boobie Miles is?
And he can pass.
Is that the Friday Night Lights thing?
At the front.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It's amazing that you act like you have no idea about that.
I've never seen the movie, Bob. I don't know.
Maybe read a book. They wrote a book on it too. They've done a ton of interviews on it. They made a series about it.
Was there an audiobook?
I'm sure all the books are audiobooks now.
That's
You
no
probably
excuse
find
then.
it anywhere.
Yeah.
That's remarkable. Is that the Friday Night Lights thing?
Games of Thrones.
It's good. You should check it out.
It really is.
I've heard it's good. My wife, I think my wife likes the series.
Yeah, sure, of course. It's been out there. A lot of people like it.
There's like some Vanderbleek guy, Vanderbleek, that's in one of the movies or show.
R.I.P.
Oh, is that guy dead?
Well,
James? That's
James
his name?
Vanderbeek?
Is that who it is?
That's a completely different show.
Okay, what show is that?
That is, oh my gosh, now Varsity Blues.
Oh, okay, those are different.
James
Okay.
Vanderbeek. That's a movie.
He's dead. He died
Yes,
earlier
he
this
died
year.
he had cancer.
Yeah, it's too bad. Would have been really good. in Friday Night Lights.
You know what? I've talked about him on Today in History as well. Born on this date, 1959, passing away 2002. Robin Crosby, the guitarist for Rat. Yeah, I've seen this video.
One of the guys in the band, his uncle was Milton Berle. That's why Milton Berle appeared in the video for him, and both as a male and a female in that
So
one.
you know that, but you don't know anything about Friday Night Lights.
Round and Round, a great album. Out of the Cellar was the album, and then obviously they had the next was their big hits were Lay It Down, was a good one also. Dance, Dance, Dance is one of their better songs from later on. But yeah, it's a fantastic documentary on VH1.
There we go. Turning 65 today, the 44th President of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children. It was nearly 10 years ago that a bright September day was darkened by the worst attack on the American people in our history. The images of 9/11 are seared into our national memory. Hijacked planes cutting through a cloudless September sky, the Twin Towers collapsing to the ground.
Did you ever watch The American Manhunt on Osama bin Laden on Netflix? Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
Oh, and they watch how they get set up at the one base and the dude blows up the car in there.
Yeah.
That was I didn't even remember that happening until I watched it in the show again because I'd forgotten when 5 people died.
I only remember that because it was in the movie Zero Dark 30.
Yes.
Have you seen that? Yeah.
You don't feel compelled to add
I'll be honest,
anything.
I figured you hadn't seen it.
Any of it.
Was it
All of
Vanderbilt
those
that one was
things,
too?
all of those things.
I saw the one
That was
thing, Bob.
Jessica
There's one thing you
Chastain, I
recommended to me to watch about that, about the killing of bin Laden. There was something, I can't remember what if it was a Netflix thing or was it
That would have been what Bodie and I were talking about.
Is that thing you
American Manhunt?
Yeah,
They've got a couple different ones.
It's like
of
3
those.
episodes or something. Wasn't there one of those? Yeah, I watched
that one was only one.
Oh,
I thought there was something that was like 3 episodes. Right?
I mean, there's probably been.
There's one that's
multiple
I
things
don't know
out.
what it's called. Then they have one like the Boston Marathon bombers. There's like a handful of other ones. I thought it was on Netflix. That was pretty good. I've seen the American Manhunt. I've watched that, but I've also watched the one that's like a 3-parter, which is really good.
That's the one you told me to watch. And I
Good.
watched
And
it.
you did actually watch it?
Of course, Bob. I listened.
Of course.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm sorry. That was 3 episodes. I thought it was just
Okay.
one, I guess. But yeah, that
Maybe
was.
you just watched it in one continuous
Maybe I
one.
might have,
Could've been,
honestly. When they started talking about, especially when they found him at like the compound that he
Yeah,
was
that was
at,
And they went by
intense.
every
he
day.
would walk out every day. We
Yeah.
called him the Pacer. I was like, oh my gosh.
So great. Turning 55 today, the 4-time Cup winner, Mr. Jeff Gordon.
Push to the outside. Gordon slams the door into the turn 3. 6 cars have a chance to win it. Jeff Gordon's going to lead him into turn 4. They're 1 mile from home.
Tony Stewart just slid up the racetrack. He and Jimmy Johnson are going to make contact.
3 wide. They're bouncing off each other. Jeff Gordon's going to win his 3rd Daytona 500. Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and Scott Briggs completes a dream week with a 4th place finish.
And then finally, passing away in this date, 1962, far too young, the great Marilyn Monroe. Yes. All right.
Great personality.
Before we get to let's get to some holidays and observances here. Ooh, we have National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. How about that? National Night Out Day, which is always the first Tuesday in August. National White Wine Day, and Single Woman's Working Day. And before we get out here, a big happy birthday to my youngest son Caleb, who is turning 10 today. Yeah, so double digits. Everyone in double digits, man, so you know you're getting old. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Tuesday, August 4th, the 216th day of the year, and 149 days remaining in this 2026. All right, Thitoff.
Yes.
Since you, there are 2 players, to the best of my knowledge, that have been enshrined in Canton in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, that are from the national powerhouse of Kansas University. Can you name them?
Well, I know one is Gale Sayers.
Okay.
A second one from Kansas, Bob. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it just because it feels like you're setting me up. Did John Riggins go to Kansas?
There you go.
Okay.
Two of the best running backs in NFL history. Another little trivia nugget for you. Luke Kuechly will be enshrined on Thursday night.
Yep.
Well, I guess not enshrined. It's Saturday night. He'll be the youngest player to be enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
He'll be the second youngest.
Who's the youngest?
I believe the youngest is Gale Sayers.
False. He's number 2. But you got the second answer.
So what I listened to on Rothman and Ice yesterday when they said that Gale Sayers is the youngest, they were
I thought
lying.
they said he was the youngest.
They said Kuechly was the second youngest.
That's right. Correct. You were correct in saying that. I thought that they said Kuechly is the second youngest. Gale Sayers was the youngest.
Yeah, Sayers
that's what the
youngest.
answer was. And when they said that, I was like, it's got to be Gale Sayers because he only played 6 years.
The Kansas Comet. Do you know who broke all his rushing records at Kansas?
Ooh. That's a good question. I have no idea.
June Henley from Brookhaven High School.
Oh, there you go. He has the record for most touchdowns in a rookie season. Do you want to guess what that number is?
I'm going to guess. Let me see. 22.
There you go.
Wow.
Nailed it on the nose. Good for you.
Yeah, Sayers. Bob, they were talking about yesterday too. And I'll get your take on this real quick before we go to break. But, Sayers has to leave because of injury.
Has to leave. He retired.
I had to leave the NFL. Okay, fine. Retired.
He didn't have to leave. He retired.
Well, okay. Okay. Terrell Davis also.
Yeah.
Injury played.
Also in the Hall of Fame.
Cut short because of that. Does Andrew Luck?
No, not even close.
He doesn't get the same.
Not even close.
No, but I'm not saying he's a Hall of Fame player, but does it get held against him that he chose to get out?
No.
I know he had an injury. I know he was worried about injuries and stuff, but does
those 2 guys, because Rothman, they brought the only other guy, there's a handful of guys that I think could have been Hall of Famers after 6 or 7 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Luck is not one of those guys. Here's the thing. Terrell Davis, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year,
right.
3-time first-team All-Pro. He had, while he was playing, for a 4 or 5 year stretch, he was the best or one of the best running backs in the NFL.
Yeah.
The same thing could be said for Gale Sayers. The same thing could be said for Luke Kuechly. Andrew Luck was never even an All-Pro.
And I'm not saying he should be in the Hall of Fame, but I'm just asking that. Do you think it gets held against you if you retire because you don't want to have injuries?
Did people hold that against Barry Sanders?
Sanders had
Calvin
a longer
Johnson.
career than Luck, right?
But he was still retired at the top.
That's fair. Yeah.
Calvin Johnson retired at the top. No one holds it against those guys. It's the fact that Andrew Luck wasn't as good as those guys. I mean, he had good seasons, but he was never even an All-Pro.
That's right. He was a Pro Bowler, not an All-Pro, I believe.
Yeah, and listen, Pro Bowls for quarterbacks, the top half of the – there's years where the 14th best quarterbacks getting to be the Pro Bowler.
Hey, Joe Flacco.
That's my point.
Well, yeah, I know. It's the fact when they say the Pro Bowler stuff, it's that goes in one area.
Some positions matter more, and there are certain times where it mattered more when everybody always played. Now it doesn't matter hardly at all. But All-Pro, it means you're one of the best couple players of your position, first or second team.
I do wish with the Pro Bowl stuff, though, they could just announce the rosters. And
who?
You know what? If somebody doesn't want to go to, the events or games, don't name – you can let somebody else go without naming them a Pro Bowler.
Right.
Because, I think when their career is done, similar to, in the NBA, we'll say, being an All-Star 12 times matters a lot.
Sure.
But if you were only, a 2-time All-NBA team – there's a, All-Stars, really good.
Yeah.
But the All-NBA is, the elite of the elite.
Well, that's what they base your contracts off of.
Exactly, yeah. And so that in games played, unless you're Joel Embiid. And so I feel like the NFL, I wish they had some sort of differentiator between Pro Bowler, really good starter,
Actually
and
voted.
All-Pro. Yeah.
So yeah, it's you're right. That's a huge delineation there on that. When it's like, because the Pro Bowl thing, it's like the 7th alternate gets in.
Like Tyler Huntley. I think who was the guy who was the Lamar Jackson's backup to Tyler Huntley?
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah. I mean, he made it 1 year. I think he played like a month.
Right. Yeah,
Sure.
he did. Yeah. Hey, 3-1, whatever it was as a starter. Yeah. Coming next, a college football rivalry is being renewed. I can't wait to get Bodie's take on this. That's next, Morning Juice.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Retirement from football hits everyone differently. For DeVere Posey and Dane Sanzenbacher, it means sitting around watching sports clips on the internet and arguing about them. Search for Didn't Catch That on YouTube and subscribe.
I'm Jeff Hogan. I've been a journalist at 10 TV for more than 20 years. I moved back to Columbus with my beautiful wife and our 2 amazing daughters and our golden retriever, Harley. This community brought me back because this is where I feel connected. Where my daughters were born, this is my home. And that is to say, I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief.
Hi, I'm Bobby Carpenter.
And I'm Jake Ballard.
And we are both QC Kinetics believers. We are both pain-free in the knees.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation.
Everybody thinks they're a great driver.
And Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you a chance to prove it.
Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's most iconic tracks right here in Grandview.
Race your friends, join a league, or bring the entire office out for an unforgettable corporate event.
And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great drinks and food right here or next door with the Agave and Rye.
Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who has what it takes.
Don't miss out. Book your race today. OutlawSimRacing.com.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
Tito invited the new Russian family who moved in down the street to watch Rocky IV. It did not go well.
I must break you.
This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. Thanks to all the people in the chat as well. I saw this story and I immediately thought of Bodie. Notre Dame-USC, they're going to, Bob, start playing again in 2030. And they've got a home-and-home with Notre Dame, USC Notre Dame, 30 and 31. It's going to be played, though, at a much different time. It used to be when they played at South Bend, it was like October. When they played out west, it was in usually November. This is going to be week 1, August 31st, 2030 in Los Angeles, August 30th, 2031, 2030 in Los Angeles, 2031 at Notre Dame. And I saw some people, diehards, complaining about, well, I don't like it being that early. Sound like a horror movie thing there. But I think it's great for week 1, Bob. We get like a more intriguing matchup now, week 1 of those 2 seasons.
So I'm excited this is coming back, and I think it should. I'm disappointed because there was another series I was hoping to see that they had in its place that they ultimately canceled. which was
I think it was Coward Netty canceled with Notre Dame.
I don't know if Indiana canceled. I think Notre Dame canceled.
No, Indiana canceled it.
They did cancel
yes,
it?
Indiana was the one who initiated the cancellation of that. Yes, they were.
And so just coincidentally, the USC game just fell in there like right as that happened?
The reports are, Bob, that it was Indiana that initially approached Notre Dame and said, we want to cancel this series.
Okay. Well, there you go. And so they canceled the series. I was thinking that Notre Dame canceled, which I'd have no problem with them doing. Like, it's not like they're canceling Indiana to go play San Jose State. You're playing USC, which was a traditional rival that, due to stuff going on out there, they were the ones who decided not to play it. So I was disappointed that Indiana was not going to play that because I think that would be a fun matchup too.
Yeah.
But I get it. I understand if you can get USC on there, and I don't understand why. I mean, I do understand why Indiana's backing off. Like, you know what? If you play in a conference where you play all these games, like, and you don't feel the need to do it, all right, man. Like, that's your call. It gives you less room for error, and maybe you'll have a harder time getting a more advantageous seed, but you know, it kind of is what it is. This is the system that we've created.
Let's see. This year it's North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky. Next year it's Kennesaw State, Indiana State, UMass. 2028 Austin P, Eastern Michigan, Miami. This is Indiana's non-conference schedule, by the way. 2029 Ball State, Eastern Illinois, Western Kentucky. 2030 Indiana State, Delaware. Bob, I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to get into it again, but I think it's.
You can say whatever you want. We've created a system that encourages this. So that's what it is.
So are Notre Dame and USC stupid for doing this?
Well, first of all, for Notre Dame, they play in the ACC, and so a quasi-ACC schedule. And so they need the USC game to be a bolster in their resume. They need this USC to be good. Like, if you're playing teams of consequence. You know, they went out and scheduled Miami. They played A&M. Like, they've done other stuff. But USC was always kind of their Michigan. Like, that was a big-time rivalry between two big-time programs.
Bob, though, let's say tomorrow Ryan Day comes out, or Ohio State comes out and says, you know what, we decided to cancel our series with Alabama. We were replacing them with Grambling. Would you say smart move, or would you criticize Ohio State for that?
I would be disappointed, and I would probably be critical of it, but I understand why they would be doing it.
Because Ohio State's got Alabama, then Georgia after that. Home and home's built those teams. And I think it's great for Ohio State. I think it's great for college football. It's a fantastic test early in the season for Ohio State, a chance for a resume-building win when they do that. And so.
But, like, how important are resumes now? If we go to 24 teams, are they important at all?
Less important, I would say. For sure.
Because the argument is if we go to 24, you're supposed to get more of these games, which I would argue that, you know, you go 9-3, it doesn't matter who you play. You're gonna get in.
I just think, Bob, that Ohio State fans and those of us that talk about the team here even would be critical of Ohio State and say.
That's fine.
But
how does that play into anything about how they're actually viewed?
Because I think that they have they get a certain level of respect because they play the tough games. I think that nationally, Bob, Ohio State and Texas, credit to Texas too for scheduling this. Credit to Michigan and Oklahoma for doing their home and home they're doing. I think it is a credit to the program, adds to the respect they get on a national level that they're not doing what Indiana's doing. I think what Indiana is doing, the fact that they reached out to Notre Dame and said, hey, how about we cancel this game? Why? Because we were going to play Western Kentucky. I think that right there, though, Bob, that is a bad look for Indiana.
Okay. How's that going to impact them in the playoff?
It might not, Bob.
So what does it matter?
Well, that's what I'm saying is it matters in the way they're perceived nationally, I think, by people.
My point is, what does the perception of the team matter nationally?
Okay.
Is it going to impact their college football rankings?
I think it will affect if there's a dispute over where this should be seated at the end of the season.
Really? You think this year, if they're 10-2 and a defending national champion, they're not going to be given the benefit of the doubt?
I think, Bobby, at the end of the season, they're 10-2 and Texas is 10-2, they're going to look at the schedules. And they're going to say, okay, which team played a tougher schedule? Texas did. So, because Texas played Ohio State, they also played in the SEC, played a tough schedule there. We think Texas will be one seed higher than Indiana.
What if they're 11-1 and Texas is 10-2?
I think it depends. Then I think you look at it and see who the team's lost to.
Okay.
If Indiana lost to,
I'm telling you that right now Indiana would be ranked higher than Texas.
I think at 11-1, but I do think they'd be playing with fire at 10-2.
Oh yeah, when you're even with someone,
Yeah.
I don't debate that. But I think if you have a better record, they're not going to jump a Big Ten team. A Big Ten team will not get jumped by an SEC team or any other team based upon that. They're not in the business of jumping records right now.
it will depend, I think, on who Texas loses to, who Indiana's losses to, and how those losses went. If Texas gets beat by Florida, I don't know if they play Florida this year again, and gets blown out, 42-7 by Ohio State, that goes against them. If Texas loses a couple of close games to highly ranked teams, and Indiana gets beat by Ohio State in Bloomington, 38-3, then I think 11-1 does lose to 10-2 in that one, Bob.
I don't think so.
Okay.
If you show me examples of that happening in last year in the committee, I don't. There doesn't seem to be any of that.
Well, Indiana was undefeated last year, and they beat Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship,
that.
so we couldn't. Their weak non-conference schedule. I know, Bob. The last three seasons, you're right. Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana. When they won the championships, they had very weak non-conference schedules.
Ohio State was 10-2 and played nobody in the non-conference.
You're absolutely right, Bob. 100%.
And honestly, their Big Ten slate was
not very good.
It was fine, but it wasn't great.
No.
I think the unfortunate part of this is we keep hearing these people hammer the 2014 playoff.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't worry, though. We'll get these awesome non-conference games.
Prove it to me.
Some programs will step up and keep those games on the schedule or schedule them. Notre Dame and USC wasn't on the schedule.
Right.
Credit to both teams for saying, hey, I know it was a rivalry and whatnot, but they still didn't have to play it. I think you give credit to both sides for saying, no, let's play this thing. But on the flip side, there will be, I would say, probably just as many Indianas on the other side that it's like, why do we need to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, any Big Ten or SEC team, as things currently stand in a 2014 field, will never get left out at least 9-3. So you're telling me IU is going to, assumingly, go 3-0 in the non-conference, playing nobody, go 6-3, and I know the Big Ten's tougher, but there's still a lot of years where it's like, go look at Ohio State's schedule this year, and then go look at Wisconsin's.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
It's going 6-3 with Wisconsin's Big Ten slate is not that difficult. I know Wisconsin,
right,
insert Michigan or Penn State instead of Wisconsin there, but it's like, I don't know. I just hate the 2014 field so much, honestly, and I think this is another example why.
I just wonder if, and that's why I brought it up, Bob, here at the station, people that cover the team, if we would criticize Ohio State. It's smart. It's smart, though, for Ohio State, right?
What does that matter?
Well, because, Bob, I think that we have a belief in Ohio State and Ryan Day in the program to try to play really good teams.
I understand that.
Okay, well, that's why it matters.
Yeah, but
why do they care, though?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't play anybody a couple years ago. Were you critical of that?
Yeah, I thought the non-conference schedule was weak. Yeah,
okay,
I did. I did criticize the fact that the non-conference schedule was weak.
Okay.
I think that,
but you come on the show and you say that, and that's fine. You're not wrong. I don't think. But what does it ultimately mean?
Okay, so that's my point, though. Do you believe? So, Bob, you saying you would be disappointed but not critical of Ohio State? You think it's smart business?
I can be critical, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, but I'm saying, do you think Ohio State, if they decide to come out today and say we're canceling Alabama and Georgia and we're going to play Western Kentucky and UConn instead, would you say smart business?
I would say those are guaranteed wins.
Right.
I'm disappointed I'm not going to be able to see better games, and I am disappointed in my university for not playing a tougher schedule.
Okay, then why can't we be disappointed in Indiana doing this?
I am.
We can, yeah.
Okay.
But my point is, what does it matter? What does our thoughts and feelings matter about where they're viewed?
And that's my problem with college football is that they don't punish you typically for that, and I think they should.
Well, the bad is they could be punished in a 2014 field, but punishment is the 18th seed versus the 12th seed, so it's just not going to matter. And IU and Kurt Signetti, he'll be pushing 70 years old at that point. He may not even be there at that point. And Marcus Freeman and Lincoln Riley might not be either in 4 years. But it's a situation where you'll probably have some teams basically saying we'll take the guaranteed 3 wins, and we're fine with a potential lower seed if we slip up in conference play, because we're fine going on the road or not getting a bye. Would there be buys in the 24-team field? There
had
top
to be buys.
8, right?
Yeah, top 8 would probably get buys.
And
right?
then the next 8 would host, I think.
Yeah, next 8 would host, yeah.
But there may be some programs it's like, fine, we have no problem just loading up on wins and guaranteeing ourselves into the field, even if it means we know our chances of hosting or getting a bye are slim to none because we don't play anybody in the non-conference.
No, and look, Bodie, I get it. If you want to schedule 3 non-conference wins, they're easy and all that, but I just think it's a bad look for the program. If you're
I don't think like Bobby and I are disagreeing, but just what does that matter? Like, it doesn't ultimately mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything in the
it's like us critics.
Both things can be true.
Yes.
It can also, we can be critical and we can be right.
Yeah.
But it also like doesn't ultimately matter because IU any Big Ten or SEC team at 9-3 is just a guaranteed lock in a 24-team field.
Sure. Yeah, in 2014 field they are. Yeah.
So like the only way that it matters,
yeah,
is if you can't fill the stadium. It's the only way that it matters.
And I think that's a fair point for fans,
that might be part of it.
And I don't know if that's something that TV networks will be able to step in and say, like, look, man, we're giving you guys $1 billion for all this. Right. But on the other hand, though, if there are the Ohio States and Michigans and Penn States and Oregons stepping up and playing those games,
right,
maybe Fox and CBS is like, well, we got these 4 teams doing it, so we don't need everybody to do it.
Coming up next,
USC sucks.
There's Bodie's take on USC Notre Dame.
Fight on.
Coming up next, we'll do some quick hitters morning juice.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
So after I got done playing football, I still like to work out, go do all of the activities that I love so much. And unfortunately, I started having a little bit of pain in my knee. That's when I went and saw my friends at QC Kinetics. We were able to go in there, get the consultation, get treated, and now my knees, well, they're as good as new.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thitoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
Everybody thinks they're a great driver, and Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you a chance to prove it. Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's most iconic tracks right here in Grandview.
Race your friends, join a league, or bring the entire office out for an unforgettable corporate event.
And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great drinks and food right here or next door with the Gavi and Ride.
Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who has what it takes.
Don't miss out. Book your race today. OutlawSimRacing.com.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand, you have no excuses. The Fan. Bobby Carpenter, husband, father, Buckeye. Jeff Thitoff, husband, father, idiot. This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Bodie, take it away.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, guys, happy Tuesday. We'll continue the theme here a little bit with college football. Some good news appears to be on the way on the recruiting front for the Ohio State football program as 5-star 2028 quarterback Christopher Vargas is set to make his commitment this coming weekend on Saturday, August 8th. Vargas is considered to be a heavy Buckeye lean, with multiple outlets having placed predictions in for Ohio State to land his commitment this weekend. He ranks as a top 5 prospect and one of the best top 5 overall, that is, not even just quarterbacks, but overall. And one of the best 2 quarterbacks in this class, or next year's class, I should say, in the 2028 class. 6'4", 175-pound kid. Got to put on a little weight there. But nevertheless, he is from Danvers, Massachusetts, which is just north of Boston there. He holds offers from many of the top programs in the country, with Oregon considered to be the other school. I'll say sort of in the running behind Ohio State, but everybody has this kid heading to the Buckeyes. So, Carp, we know quarterback recruiting can obviously be very hit or miss, but Ohio State, you just keep throwing enough darts at that dartboard, man. One of them and enough of them are going to hit bullseye.
I mean, I never thought there'd be a day where you'd be getting the top quarterback in college football from the New England area. And just not like a hotbed for football.
Yeah.
Ryan Day being from up there probably doesn't hurt. His development of guys obviously helps this. And we'll see. Hopefully Saturday, they lost out on
Your George Michael guy?
Peter Gabriel. I've changed his name so many times.
It's a George.
You got to learn it when he transfers in next
Gabriel,
year.
Daniel George, David Georges, David,
Yes.
something like that. I've already
Something
forgot
like
about DBB, DGG, whatever
Something
it
like
is.
that. George is his last name. Gabriel's somewhere. I can't remember the middle. But George and Michaels was a part of it as well. But this would be huge for the Buckeyes on Saturday. Keep that momentum rolling because they've consistently had some top flight recruiting classes, and I mean this is the time right now, man. Players matter; they matter a lot. And quarterbacks, you have to have those guys in the pipeline to keep them being developed because you don't want to have to go to the portal. You can, but ideally you'd like to have your guys on your roster being able to develop to move forward.
His legal name is David Peter Gabriel Georges Michael. That's his full name right there, Bob. And yes, but I always say this, Bob, that with recruiting like at this point too, just having the story out there, having the narrative out there, having the crystal ball stuff out there, it's great PR for the program. It does not necessarily mean it's great for the program, but it's like he's going to be some superstar and all that because of the transfer portal, the way things work out. You see guys that have come through for Ohio State, see Martell Tate, that don't necessarily work out, even though they come in as this highly hyped guy. I'm not trying to say this guy will be that, but it's good PR for right now. It is really good PR. And if you're somebody who Ryan Day is targeting, that also tells you it's probably a damn good quarterback.
Next up here, head to baseball. The Guardians had an off day on Monday away from the Diamond, but a busy day as the front office made a trio of moves in their push towards the American League playoff race. Cleveland added a pair of bats, landing first baseman Nathaniel Lowe from the Reds and outfielder Joe Adell from the Angels. And last but certainly not least, they landed All-Star starting pitcher. He didn't start in the All-Star game, but he is a starting pitcher. All-Star Foster Griffin from the Washington Nationals. He's a first-time All-Star this year, posting a 3.06 ERA in 12 starts in the nation's capital there as the Guardians strengthen what is already one of baseball's best starting rotations. And then Lowe and Adele both hope to add some juice to a lineup that desperately needs it right now as Cleveland. They currently ranked 28th in team batting average, 27th in home runs, and 29th in runs scored this season. So they've been one of the bottom offenses. Tito, playoff race right now. They're a few games back of the White Sox in the division. They own the final wild card spot in the American League, just one game up on Minnesota. So good on the front office to add some pieces here as they try to make the postseason, I think, for it'd be a division title third year in a row if they were to get that done, but still even obviously grab a wild card spot there too.
Griffin's interesting because he was in the majors and then left to go to Japan.
Played in Japan the last 3 years.
For 3 years, yes, and then comes back over here and signs a very friendly contract, I would say, team-friendly contract, and then so that's a good get. He's been very solid since he came back here to the United States. He's 12-3. ERA is 3.06 for those that look at that if you're a nerd. 1.07 whip, 116 strikeouts, made 22 starts for the Nats. And then the other one, too, on Nathaniel Lowe, and that's where the guards really need help is, with the offense. And Lowe, not too long ago, maybe 4 years ago with Texas, had 27 home runs in a season and batted over 300. So, it's very smart by the guards to do what they're doing. It is an extremely weak American League Central that weakened even more when the Tigers traded Skubal to the Dodgers, but it's a very winnable division for them, and so I love what the guards did. I'm sure Sharks probably went out and danced naked in the street.
Yeah, like you said, they're in the last wild card, handful of spots outside of Boston and New York, but like you said, they're not out of the realm of trying to be able to catch the White Sox, which they're only 3 games back on. So, add some starting pitching, always good. A guy on an expiring contract who's very team-friendly right now, so it's not going to cost you much. You throw a couple of bats in there. They've been 6-10, I want to say, in their last 6.
They've struggled coming out of the All-Star break, but fortunately for them, the AL Central is it's bad. It's pretty bad, yeah.
It's pretty bad. So
they're
they'll have a
still
shot.
right in the thick of it there.
I have a shot to go see what they can do there. We'll figure it out.
It's been funny with the Dodgers the last 24 hours, so all the different things that people have put out there. But on one they showed, I don't know who's the current Superman. What's his name?
Dean Cain?
Not Dean Cain. I don't think it's Dean Cain.
I think is it David Cornsweet, I think, or Cornsweet, something like that.
They showed him in a Superman get-up, holding up like a what was the name on Jor-El or whatever it was from when he was in on the planet when they came. And it shows like the Dodgers signed him. They said like the Dodgers signed this guy is what it was. I saw no when they said the Dodgers signed Lionel Messi also. I saw that as well. Funny things there with that, with how much talent the Dodgers have signed. But it's I can't remember what his name was. The Superman before he was Superman. What his name was. Somebody in the chat will tell me. Coming
Clark
next,
Kent.
No, not Clark Kent.
I don't know what your
his name on the planet where he came from.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was talking about.
I know what you're.
He held up a jersey with that name on it.
Yeah, starts with a K or something,
yeah, it's
right?
like
Kalel or something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm not
Yes.
sure exactly what it is.
Somebody in the chat's going to correct me on that, as they often do. Coming up next, a big-time college football coach gets a big-time extension. We'll talk about that next. This is Morning Juice.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up, or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
The 10 TV Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the news you need. 10 TV Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal house.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
Joint pain? How long do you got?
I'm talking about my back, my elbow, and my shoulder. 24 years in the majors.
Roger the Rocket Clemens dominated the game, but even legends feel wear and tear.
I put my body through a lot for baseball. I didn't want more surgeries.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments use your body's natural healing properties to help restore joints without surgery. And the results?
Pain is gone, I'm back, thanks to QC Kinetics.
Schedule your free consultation today. Better starts here.
Probably go another 3 innings.
Retirement from football hits everyone differently. For DeVere Posey and Dane Sanzenbacher, it means sitting around watching sports clips on the internet and arguing about them. Search for Didn't Catch That on YouTube and subscribe. If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks over in the chat as well. Kal-El, K-A-L-E-L. Took a long time to get to that conclusion. Mario Cristobal and Miami Bob have agreed on an extension. He's in the 5th year of a 10-year deal. They have not announced what the new deal numbers are and all of that, but nonetheless, the fact that they
don't have to because they're a private school.
Right. But we do know that he was paid a reported $8 million a year on the contract he signed. And that the one he's in the 5th year of a 10-year deal. But is the U back, Bob? I asked this I'm asking that seriously. Is the U?
They seem to be there. I mean, they played for a national title. They didn't win it, but they're recruiting really well. They appear to be developing, like they're winning their games. I would say that they're as close to back as you can get. I mean, I don't know that they'll ever be like what they were through the late 80s to early 90s, but I don't know that any program could ever be at like a peak like what they've had.
Not in this era, I don't think.
That's what I say. This era,
that's my point.
We talked about the Nebraska thing. We talked about that at length the other day, or yesterday. I guess it would have been
one yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday. Okay,
must have been Friday.
Must have been Friday. Then we talked about Nebraska at length then, and how Nebraska is not what they were. And Miami is certainly making the strides there. But you're right, Bob. It's such a – I think Miami fans want to believe the U is back, but it's going to be really hard.
They're back in contention. Like they're back
yes.
I would say this. They're back to the top tier-ish echelon of college football, however you want to say. I mean, there's a basket of teams that you say could win a national championship, and Miami is going to be in that basket.
And they're all in.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally missed out on a couple quarterbacks in the portal, and they didn't really have anybody that they obviously felt confident enough to take over for Beck this year. And so they just decided, hey, we'll go to Duke.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep knocking on doors and offering dudes as much money as possible. And we can sit here and maybe not like that and like how the system is, but when you're in, all in like they are with money and whatnot, it's a hell of a talent gap like shrinker there.
Yeah, well, and the fact that
they're going to keep having shots, bites at the apple there because of that.
Do we officially know, or is it just strong speculation that they offered $10 million? They're the ones that offered $10 million to Jeremiah.
I don't know if that's ever going to be confirmed publicly.
That's what I'm asking about. I don't remember seeing it publicly, but it's widely assumed that's who it was.
Sure, I think that's the general assumption.
Which leads to the money, the money thing, like you're talking about. I mean, you could throw $10 million at Jeremiah Smith.
And it is.
For
Maybe
season.
you don't land JJ, but they went out and got Duke's top receiver, Cooper Bar-Kate, I think it is, who's a pretty good player, along with Mensa. Like I said, if you just keep taking swings, man, you're going to get some cracks at it, like even if you don't land the best player.
They are certainly a hell of a lot more relevant than they were 5 years ago. And I don't know, Bob, I think you guys are the ones who ended the earlier dynasty, right? I mean, they were you said early 90s, 80s to early 90s. I mean,
well, they had I was looking at the AP rank streaks.
Yeah.
The two top are Miami from like 85 to 93.
Right.
And then Alabama has a run with Nick Saban. There's a couple other in there, and Ohio State has the longest current ranked streak in the AP.
Is that finishing in the top 25?
Yes, okay. I believe so. Or maybe never falling out.
Okay.
I think it's
Bobby Bowden probably had a run there.
Yes,
right?
he did. I think it's like consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
And I want to say Ohio State, they're from being like in the top 5 under this one is about this season would get you into that range where you'd be getting really close. Like 25 is getting you like the top
2012,
4.
right?
Yeah.
Every year since Urban got here.
I believe that is true.
The Miami thing, if you weren't alive or a college football fan back then, and neither one of you were alive, 82, but it was 82, 83 in that range when Miami first became relevant, came out of nowhere, really. And their upset over Nebraska in the Orange Bowl with freshman Bernie Kosar as quarterback was such an incredible event there. And then their run after that, Schnellenberger. Howard Schnellenberger, by the way, Bob, got kind of screwed in that thing because he was the head coach of Miami and then had great success there, got all kinds of accolades for leading Miami into prominence.
Mm-hmm.
And then the USFL hired him.
Yep.
There was a team in, I want to say Jacksonville, maybe, or Orlando, one or the other. But anyway, they had this new franchise. They hired Schnellenberger. Howard Schnellenberger leaves Miami to go take this job. And then before the season starts, the team folds. And so he all of a sudden is out of a job. And that's when Jimmy Johnson comes on to take over Miami, which worked out okay for Miami. But yeah, Schnellenberger got screwed. Schnellenberger ended up going to Louisville later on and coaching there.
He made Louisville good.
He did make Louisville good, yes. And they had, I can't remember the quarterback. They had Redmond. I think Chris Redmond might be the quarterback who was there, who did well for Louisville back then.
And I think, too, for me, the most impressive part that Cristobal's done, and I know he played offensive line there, if I'm not mistaken, there was an O-line coach by nature, is just making Miami tough, man.
Yeah.
Like, they were a damn tough football team last year, especially along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Like, they whooped Notre Dame's butt in the season opener. You know, they beat Ohio State in the trenches. I wouldn't say it was a whooping, but they clearly had the advantage there. And that's, I think, for a while there, for a good while maybe even, it felt like the U was kind of a lot of flash, no substance.
Right.
Looked like Tarzan, play like Jane, so to speak.
They
and
don't have to
Cristobal,
try to run the ball on you.
Like, they had some, you know, they still got Tony and whatnot and some of those guys there on the outside, but
they wanted to beat you by running it.
Yes.
Like, that was their MO, man.
I mean, they had 2 guys drafted in the first round on the defensive line. Like, that's big-time stuff to be able to do that at a school that hadn't done it for a while. Speaking of the AP rankings, I was taking a peek at it this morning when I saw that the news had came down for his extension. And I think from, like, 06 until these last couple years, I think they had only finished ranked, like, 3 or 4 times. Like, they had basically a 2-decade stretch where they were pretty miserable there, honestly. I mean, they had a couple years under Mark Richt and whatnot, but for the most part, they've been bad. But, yeah, it definitely seems like they're back. And I think sustainable, too, you know. If Nebraska went 10-2 this year, I would honestly immediately be like, yeah, okay.
Right.
That's as good as it gets, and I would expect them to fall back to where they have been. Miami, due to, like I said, with the NIL, NIL, the way they're all in with Cristobal, and then just the access to talent and whatnot, I think they'll be consistently, you know, top of the ACC and making playoff appearances here.
I cannot wait for November 7th. That's going to be such a great weekend in college football.
We should
Ohio
beat
State,
Wisconsin
Oregon.
first, dude.
Don't. You got Ohio State, Oregon, also Miami, Notre Dame that weekend. There's other good games, too. It's like one of the
LSU, Alabama.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, it's like
more.
It's been hyped up as one of the greatest college football weekends in recent memory. Heather Dinish, Bob, did a story on, and she decided there were 31 teams that could make the CFP. Now, she asked some coaches about how many teams could legitimately win the title. Kalen DeBoer said, I think there's at least 10. Ryan Day says probably year in, year out, I guess 15, somewhere around there. Sarkisian said 14 or so, give and take. South Carolina coach Shane Beamer said, you may think I'm crazy, but I think 15 to 20. Lanning says maybe 10 to 15. But
15 to 20.
That's what Beamer says. So you may think he's crazy.
He may be slightly biased as a program who is
in the 20.
Towards 20, closer to 20
closer
than
20,
they are number 1.
Yes. So, Bob, for this exercise, let's go, the 3 of us, let's go backwards to the front on this one, and we'll look at what we'll go through the ones she has listed at the bottom. You tell me if you think this team legitimately has a shot to make the playoff. Now, you could say everyone's got a shot. Everyone's got a shot to make the playoff. They certainly do.
One game.
Right. 31 Virginia Tech. Last year went 3-9. Do you think
shot to get there or to win it?
To get to the CFP, to get to the field of 12.
Virginia Tech?
Virginia Tech 31. They went 3-9 last year.
I would
now they
say
got James
it's a
Franklin.
Long shot, but I think I mean, conceivably in the ACC, there's more of a path than anywhere else.
So you think you agree that Virginia Tech has a legitimate shot at the playoff?
What do you define as legitimate?
We all have different definitions of
So
legitimate.
I didn't
okay,
ask
in
what I
your
define.
definition,
I said, what do you define as legitimate?
What do you define as legitimate? I'm asking your opinion,
Is this
Bob.
even real?
No. What
You're
is
the
your
one asking the question, so I'm trying to give you an answer.
Okay. Well, Bob. Okay, we all three have different opinions of legitimate.
I understand that.
So you want to base all mine? Okay.
So you asked me a question. Do you think they have a legitimate shot? So I said, what do you define as legitimate?
Okay.
Because you're the one asking the question.
Okay, Bob. Do I? Let me change the phrase. A realistic shot. How about that?
We're using subjective terms here.
Oh. Okay. In your opinion, do you think Virginia Tech is a playoff team this year, Bob?
I think there's a pathway for them to get there. I would say it's probably less than 5%.
Do you think they?
So is that realistic or legitimate? You be the one to decide.
Well,
maybe less than 10. But that's ceiling right there.
Doubled it right there, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like
No, I know, I'm just kidding.
It's like a deck chair off the Titanic.
ESPN Analytics
You lost some weight, but not very much.
Have them at 7.3%
There you
to
go.
make the playoffs.
So they just kind of windowed it right in the middle.
ESPN's
Said 5. Let's go to 10.
Analytics.
7.5, basically.
South Carolina, number 30.
No.
I don't think they do either.
They have a tougher road.
They have a higher percentage according to ESPN Analytics at 10.8%.
Okay.
Clemson, 21.1% chance to make the playoffs according to ESPN Analytics.
I would almost say South Carolina, I think, has a better chance. Clemson's over-under win total is 7.5.
They feel like, and I know it'd be a big if, but if they were to win that season opener at LSU, it'd go a long way.
Yeah, it'd be
and
huge.
if they lost it,
You're right,
they
yeah.
could be like, they're probably toast.
Right, yeah.
I know it's
if
just
they
one
beat
game.
LSU,
but
but LSU's supposed to be one of the top teams in the SEC.
They give Boise chance an 11% chance. They have at 28. The analytics say 11%. And I'll grant it, it'd be a G6 type situation where Boise State still probably has a decent shot there because they're G6. But every year, and with just not even knowing what their roster looks like or their schedule, I'm going to say, yeah, Boise State's got a shot.
Yeah, because all
They
they've
get
got
the
to do,
Pac-12 berth,
if
right?
they win
Yeah.
their conference, they have a good chance at getting in.
Isn't that an automatic qualifier, Pac-12?
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just joking.
It should be. Why not? Power 5. 27
4.5.
TCU. They have a 6.9% chance
say, they
according to
are-
ESPN Analytics.
No.
Dinich has them 27th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The numbers, according to this, give TCU the 39th best chance to reach the CFP. And not a front runner to Big 12. Big 12 we know is not going to have, it's not like they're going to have an SEC.
Maybe
or,
2 teams.
Yeah, I would say maybe 2.
Maybe, yeah. That might be a stretch even, honestly.
At 26, you've got Tennessee.
I would say Tennessee has, without looking at their schedule, like a 20.
Oof.
Let's say
Lower that a little.
let's say 16%.
20.5% according to Analytics to
Okay,
make
I was
the
going to
playoffs.
say 23. I feel pretty good about that.
Tennessee, again, another tough road, though, going through that SEC like that. 25,
Yeah,
UNL.
but all the SEC schedules aren't the same.
They aren't.
That's
No,
the
you're
thing.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, it's at Georgia Tech in the non-conference,
Right.
Texas, Alabama at home, LSU at home, at A&M, at Vandy. And Tennessee's too. That's the thing with them is like, they go to South Carolina. Is that a win for them?
Should be.
It should be, but I wouldn't guarantee it.
At 25, you got UNLV with an 8.6% chance according to the analytics. Again, it's a thing where, they're not playing in a tough conference.
It's hard to make out the group of 5.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I don't know really much about any of these teams.
24 is Utah. They went 11-2 last year. Obviously have a coaching change this year. 11.1% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It says their toughest test November 7th against BYU. Interesting to me that Kyle Whittingham talks about not wanting to hate. And Ohio State and Michigan, can't we kumbaya? Can't we all just get along? Let's hold hands and sing. And he also played in the
He didn't
Holy
say
War every
that.
year. I know Whittingham didn't. I'm paraphrasing. I'm mocking
It's not
him.
even you're mocking him is what you are. You're not paraphrasing. You're mocking
He
him.
just said, I don't hate Ohio State, and we shouldn't hate Ohio State. Why can't we all just get along? Number 23, and I like this one as a sleeper, Louisville.
Yes, because I think Louisville, they could win the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ACC could get 2 teams in. I don't know their schedule offhand.
So they don't play Miami.
Okay, that helps.
And then they host SMU.
So
those are
SMU's
probably
tough
the two
one.
best
You get them at
teams.
home. They don't play Notre Dame.
Correct. They do not play the Irish.
Ole
Okay.
Miss on
so
September
I think them
6th.
getting 10 wins. They play Ole Miss?
Ole Miss on September
season
6th.
opener, yeah.
That's tough. Win that.
Home against Ole Miss, yeah.
That'd be big time.
That'd be huge right there.
You'd be an SEC school.
It's a neutral site in Nashville.
Oh, it is neutral site on that one. Okay.
I would give Louisville because even if they lose to Ole Miss, I still think they could go 10-2 and get to the ACC championship. I would give them a 28%, 29% chance of getting in.
Analytics have them at 13.8% for
Yeah,
that.
that feels pretty low.
I guess
23rd in this standings.
I
feels
guess
low.
I give that a lot more respect to Lincoln Kienholz than
Yes.
they probably do. Just having
Well, Jeff
seen
Brom too. I mean, he's been winning
That's a
9-10
point.
games down
Yeah,
there.
Kienholz
Like,
playing
that's a
with
pretty,
Brom, for Brom. Yeah, I think
like
it's a big
solid
deal.
floor.
Yep. I agree with that, Bob.
I
and
can't imagine them winning less than 8 games.
Yeah.
So if you get
And
to
if you can
9,
get to 8,
if you get to 8, you get to 9. Like if one of your losses is a non-conference loss in the ACC, like if you get to the AC championship game, unless you're Duke, and you win, you have a good chance. You should be getting in.
Houston at 22.
Big
They
12, they're
went 10-3
probably
last
the
year.
second they're probably in the top 4 of the Big 12. So I would give them a 12 to 15% chance.
7.9% according to the analytics. Next up is Iowa at 21.
See, Iowa, I think, will never be worse than 8-4, 7-5, but I don't know that I could see them being 10-2, which is what they need to be to get in. They were super close last year in 4 games and lost all 4 of them at the very end. So you said what was their percentage?
I didn't give you the percentage. It was. Do you want to guess the percentage?
Iowa 18,
11.8 to make the playoff.
So I would not put them ahead of Louisville because I would look at Louisville's path and say I know the Big Ten's going to get 3 or 4 in. But I feel like Iowa's probably at 6, and to get to 4 for them is really tough.
She's got Arizona at number 20. Went 9-4 last year. ESPN Analytics have a lower percentage on that one than they did on Louisville.
I would say so. I don't feel very confident in Arizona at all. I would say probably like a 6%, 7%.
7.8 for Arizona. At number 19, they've got Washington.
Washington, I would say slightly better than Iowa. What were they, 11?
Iowa was 11.8,
I would say 14.
9.4 for Washington. And a lot of it she's putting on their November 28th game at Oregon being something that could shift the narrative on Washington. But I like Washington this year, and I just don't know if they're going to be in the playoffs or not. I don't know if I'd make them a likely. Obviously 11.8%. With 9.8%, they don't think that either. 18 is SMU. SMU is more relevant now than they've been in a long, long time. And second best team in the ACC probably?
I would say they're in the top basket. You'd probably put Miami at the top, and then there's probably a group of SMU, Louisville, Virginia maybe now. We'll see if they have staying power. Georgia Tech would be in that next basket. But they might even be kind of a basket right behind Miami. They spend money. I like their coach. He's proven he can get to the playoff. I mean, I would say 17% chance.
18% chance on that one. Number 17 is interesting. Alabama. That low, which means she does not have them as one of the top 12 teams, obviously. She's got Alabama. Do you want to guess the percentage that ESPN Analytics has Alabama at?
21.
41.3% to make the playoffs.
I was going to say 27, but I was like, man, no one's been that high, and they're ranked that low.
Right.
Because the question is, can they be the 4th team in the SEC? Because if you were the 4th team last year, you weren't even the last. 2 years ago, you wouldn't have gotten in, but they had 5 and 3, so they're averaging 4.
Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Alabama in there. Are they a top 4 team in the SEC? It's going to be tough. And I tell you, if they somehow miss it, boy, the seat gets hot on Kalen DeBoer.
Can they be better than Tennessee is what you're asking yourself. Because they're probably going to be 5 or 6. Like you look at the teams at the top, Georgia, Texas, A&M, LSU, Ole Miss, Bama, Tennessee, Bama's like 5th or 6th, probably 4th right now. Can
Yeah.
you be in that? Can you get to 4?
Penn State at 16. Dittich gives them a better chance than Alabama making the playoff.
Really?
Well,
I
yeah,
guess
Dittich does, but the analytics don't.
So I would say analytics, I would put them at 30%.
22% for Penn State. Michigan, 15.
Yeah, that makes sense.
23.2%.
But she has them higher.
She has them higher than that,
Good
yes.
for
She's
her.
got them
Good for
15th.
her.
Taylor Dittich has that, yes. She says they have the one of the things the committee like, they have the number 16 schedule in the country. Starts week 2 with the home game against Oklahoma. And 2 weeks later, Michigan hosts what could eventually be a CFP top 25 Iowa team. FPI gives Michigan more than a 50% chance to win every game except for the big 3 of Ohio State, Oregon, and Indiana. So, but
if you lost those 3, you're out.
I would think so,
Right?
yes. I would
Probably.
think you have to be, yes. Next up on the list, number 14 is Texas Tech, Bob.
I would say they have a 50% chance of getting in.
The analytics say 57.9%. Obviously, quarterback is a big issue there for them, and as far as the quarterback situation goes there. At number 13 is BYU. Again, you're looking at it, BYU, it's...
If they have 57 for Texas Tech, I would say BYU is 46.
25.7.
That's wild that
She
Texas
really
Tech
likes BYU.
Well, it's wild that there's just an analytical separation that's that significant between Texas Tech and BYU.
Yeah.
Especially with Sorsby being out.
And then what BYU's at, they host Notre Dame this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one there. At number 12 is Oklahoma. They have a 28.2% chance to make the playoff. USC 11. That's
pretty interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to guess the analytics percentage? Because having an 11 means you think they're damn near a lock.
Yep. I would say analytics probably has them at like 26, 28.
27.7 right in the middle there, Bob. You missed it. You went under and then you went over, but I don't know if we can give you partial credit for that. Number 10, they've got LSU, 39.7% chance there. 8 is A&M. Do you want to guess their percentage?
You got to be...
A&M's 9, Ole Miss 8.
I'm sorry, A&M's 9. You're right. I skipped over that.
So Ole Miss was 8. What was their percentage, you said?
We didn't say Ole Miss yet. But.
A&M made it last year. I would say 47.
They are 39.1 on that one. And then you've got Ole Miss. Ole Miss has a lower percentage, but ranked higher by Dinich.
All right, so I would say 32.
22.8. Miami, number 7.
They've got to be 50, I would say 63%.
Bob Barker would tell you you've lost the showcase, 61.4. But they have a favorable schedule this year. They should be in, I would think. And then you've got Indiana at number 6.
I would say 55%.
57 on them. Georgia at 5.
I would say 66%.
63.9. Oregon at 4.
72%.
64.7. So now we got 3 teams left. Do you know which 3 we haven't touched on yet?
Ohio State.
Right.
Texas.
Okay. Look at your producer.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Yes.
Gosh, I was trying to think through conferences, and that's
okay.
why I wasn't coming.
The
already got
Independence of
Oregon.
America
That's right.
is our conference.
Notre Dame is 3rd on Dinich's list. Do you want to guess what they've got a really soft schedule again this year?
I would give them 71.
Again? What do you mean again?
I'm just kidding, Bodie. I just wanted to see. I wanted to see how long it would take you to react to that. 74.4%. Then you've got Ohio State at 2.
75.
105%, which is weird. They don't have that. 75.7.
Oh, there we go.
And then number 1 on the list is Texas. Do you want to guess their percentage?
They've got a pretty soft schedule. I would say Ohio State has the number 1 analytical percentage. Am I correct in saying that?
I believe that's correct, yes.
So I'm going to say Texas is 68.
69.9% to win that one. So to make the playoffs there. So
that was a fun little game. I enjoyed that.
We should release a home game on that one, Bob. That'd be great to do that. But
the interesting thing to me in the Big Ten in particular is like Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon feel like such locks.
Right.
That it's like, who's the fourth spot? USC seems to be sort of the highest by like the general audience, but Michigan and Penn State are there. Is there any way, somebody else can crack into that group?
Yeah, it's the fourth one. I think there's legit 4 teams that could be that fourth spot. I would say USC. I would say Penn State. I would say Michigan.
Rothman said this yesterday, and I feel like this is pretty accurate. I feel like Michigan has the biggest delta in what they could be. Like if you told me that, or maybe Bo said this. If you told me that Michigan was 6-6 or 7-5 next year, I would say, okay.
I could see that. Yeah.
Brandon Underwood plays bad. Not Brandon.
Bryce.
Bryce Underwood plays bad. They struggle a little bit.
Or just is bad.
Or just
yeah.
Maybe he's not that good.
Right.
And they go to old CJ's younger brother.
Tommy. Yeah.
Tommy. They go to him, and maybe he's okay, but he's still a first-year starter. 7-5, 6-6. But if you also told me that like Kyle Whittingham got it buttoned up, he basically was able to do what Urban did in 2012 and like just glue that thing together. Bryce Underwood, we're going to run the hell out of you. Get your shoulder pads ready. We're just going to pound the rock and run it 40 times a game, lean into our defense. We can't beat anybody great, but we're never going to get blown out. We'll beat everybody we should. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be gross. We're going to win games like 17-13, maybe a 16 banger in there with 3 field goals, like 16-10. We're going to figure out a way to do it. And they're 9-3. I would say, okay, I could see that happening as well. They've got a tough schedule.
They do, though. When you say beat the teams they should, I'm not sure how many you would list. I mean, they got Oklahoma in the non-conference. They get that one at home. You get Iowa, Penn State, Indiana, and those are the sort of big ones at home. But then you still go to Oregon and to Ohio State, and that's
tough. That's what I'm saying. You look, there's 6 losses you can pencil in there
easily,
pretty quickly. Now, if you can find a way to beat Iowa, if you can find a way to beat Penn State, all right. Well, now you went from 6 to 8.
Yeah,
and I think that you should be better than Iowa and Penn State.
I think that's fair. They're both at home.
And they're at home.
So it'll kind of come down to the Oklahoma, Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State.
Yeah,
can
which
you
I think
steal
of
2 of those? Like
just 2. Could you steal 1? I mean, that's
9-3. Yeah, I don't know.
9-3 might not get you in.
Yeah, you'll be close. You wouldn't miss it by much, but it'll be interesting to see if a 9-3 team does crack it before we move to 24 teams. And I guess, obviously, the next question would be, when do we move to 24? Would it be next fall or 3 years from now? But
when do they have the decision? I feel like has to be coming up soon.
I thought it would be all. Well, I think that for 27 season, 28 would be the playoff, I guess, when it's all said and done. But when it finishes up, but I keep thinking they have till closer to the end of the year to do.
I thought it was December.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's when it was last year.
They've got to start locking in dates on those facilities. That's the thing people don't realize.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Is some of the Protect College Sports Act has come out. They've said as far as changing the calendar, they have like the next 6 years already locked up for some of the semifinal games and whatnot, which is just like, I know. There's a lot more than just college football to that, with concerts and all these other things. But
is there more than college football? That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I would like to think if everybody came together, it was like, hey, we got to get this thing knocked out by January 7th, a weekend. Do we really need to be doing that not for 6 more years from now? Like,
but
maybe
that's more
like 2 or
for
3.
When you talk about locking in the facilities, Bob. That's more about for the home facilities, probably, right? The stadiums for the college teams, because it doesn't necessarily affect the bowl games.
Oh, 100%. It affects the bowl games.
If they said if they go to 20.
You don't think? What do you think, Jarrah, down there? You don't think that he's putting more games in those stadiums, more things in those stadiums?
Talked about tinting the windows.
What I'm asking about, Bob, is that they have said that if they go to 24, Petiti said if they go to 24, they likely are. The Big Ten's resigned to the fact they won't have conference championship games.
Understood.
Okay.
Understood.
So you can start the playoffs a week earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we can assume in 24. The first round will be hosted by home, but like it'll be on stadiums, right?
Mm-hmm.
It can't, okay, when they go to the second round, and now you've got 16 left, I would think you would still have them on.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after that, you've still got your 8-4-2 in the bowl games.
But I think they'd like to move everything up a whole week.
If they're going to do that, yes. If they're going to do that, yes.
That's the problem with this.
Right.
Because you have more inventory now that is battling the NFL, and so you're going to have to find more Saturdays that are open.
If you get rid of the conference championship games, okay, say they're all gone, then you can start the first round of the playoffs that week.
I understand that.
And then the second round can be when the normal first round starts.
But that doesn't solve the problem. The problem is that they need to get this thing done sooner. Like, that's what they're trying. That's what needs to happen with all the portal and everything that's going on. Yeah, logistically they can do it and start it and just get rid of the conference championship weekend.
Right.
Number one, they have to find a way to find a couple $100 million to be able to give out to conferences. But that's not the real issue. Is the calendar is so bad, and that's why the ratings have been struggling.
Sure.
And that's why the portal is in a bad spot. That's some of the stuff that they're putting in the College Football Act about the poaching and all that stuff was all related to that.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, Bob, and you're absolutely right. The calendar is screwed up. The calendar is a friggin'
when
mess.
You figure this all out, you figure it all out together and you move it all at once.
That makes way too much sense, and I don't think they'll do that. I agree with you, Bob. Yes, I think they should do all that, but I don't think they will.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town? The opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment finance to get your business up to scale. Riverside Bank is a solution that will fit your needs. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to get you where you need to go. So visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, coming up next, we have some more talk about Ohio State and where they rank in another analytics department. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I pitched in the major leagues for 24 years, and let me tell you, I can feel it in my joints. Shoulders, elbows, and knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do. I tried everything to get rid of the pain. Nothing worked until QC Kinetics.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens and other patients are getting lasting relief with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. No surgery.
I trust QC Kinetics. You should too. Let's commit to getting rid of all the pain.
Schedule your free consultation today. QC Kinetics. Better starts here.
Everybody thinks they're a great driver.
And Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you a chance to prove it.
Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's most iconic tracks right here in Grandview.
Race your friends, join a league, or bring the entire office out for an unforgettable corporate event.
And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great drinks and food right here or next door with the Gave and Ride.
Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who has what it takes.
Don't miss out. Book your race today. OutlawSimRacing.com.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
The 10 TV Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the news you need. 10 TV Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also So listen to Buckeye Games. Do it now.
If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Ohio State fans, your first look at the 2026 Buckeyes is here. Join us this Thursday through Saturday at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center for Ohio State football training camp presented by Safe Light and Bob's Discount Furniture. The fans live training camp broadcast Thursday and Friday. T-Bone and Tyvis, 6 to 9 a.m. Yours truly, Morning Juice, 6 to 8 a.m. Bishop and Friends, 9 a.m. to noon. And on Saturday, Fan Sports Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. with me and Reeser. Want to go? Secure your spot today at OhioStateBuckeyes.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Buckeye Nation's kickoff to 2026. Gates open at 8 a.m. Practice kicks off at 9 a.m. Bob, I can't wait.
How much are those tickets?
$49.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's
you
not
can
a
get
read.
some with, I believe, some
the VIP thing.
I don't think they're called. I don't think VIP. It's
they call it?
covered from the sun, and maybe some food and beverage stuff around there as well that are, I don't know, more, but I'm not sure exactly how much. But I know that they're $49 for the general admission. They're going fast. They might be sold out. I don't know. There you go.
As far as no padded practices, though, right? They wouldn't put the pads on
Put the pads
until
on, right? I thought they did last year, right?
Maybe Saturday.
That what it was?
For incidental contact. They will not be hitting until Sunday.
Okay.
Like in a significant way.
Yeah.
It does say
that's what they said for the thud.
The thud, yes. $48 general admission or upgrade to VIP for shaded seating, refreshments, and more.
And more.
I don't know what the
Who knows what the and more is.
Yeah, could be anything on that one. But yeah, that's coming up then this week. Let's be a quick segment to what's got you juice. But the Ohio State Buckeyes, Bob, they went and listed the X Factor for each top 25 team. This was on ESPN where they did this, and
Curious who this is going to be.
Do you want to guess? Let's keep playing games. Why not? Who do you think ESPN says is the X Factor for Ohio State this year?
Offense, defense, everybody. Is it a part of a person or is it a whole human?
It is an entire human that plays on offense.
On offense. Okay. So Julian's saying it can't be his legs because Ryan said that is the X factor this year after the season or in like spring ball or winter. JJ's a known quantity. I think you have a pretty idea what Brandon Ennis can bring to the table. Offensive line's what it is. I feel like you know enough about Bo Jackson to feel good about it. It almost leads me to go to that third wide receiver spot. Are they putting Chris Henry out there? Are they just giving him that? Are you going to say like a Legend Bay who's a young guy coming in who could be moved around? I feel like they're going to say Chris Henry.
You're a genius, Bob.
Listen, this right here, the whole percentages thing, how much you nailed those in this, I'm starting to question Bob's do an advanced look on this one.
Let me be honest with you. I usually just open the show sheet, scan through it. Is there anything in here that I'm unfamiliar with?
I understand. I'm just saying.
My social media, as we've talked it off, yours is procured to like the Beckett of 1974.
Rob Carpenter, Oilers
That's
football
great.
games.
Mine's coming through of like what's going on today, what's happened yesterday, anything that's happening tomorrow. And I mean, I feel like just judging by like the percentages of college football, it's like, okay, for the ACC, can you be the top team or second in the championship? Can you get to the championship? If you can, what are the odds you'd win it? Break out those odds. For this, it's like, what are the known quantities? Defense, there's probably more unknowns, but I don't know that there's anybody that they would say is the true X factor they would circle.
Because I don't know if there's one player that can like take the defense from like here to here.
If Chris Henry gives you 85% of Carnell Tate, you're going to feel pretty darn good about this offense because you think J.J. Smith's going to get better, Bo Jackson's going to get better. Nate Roberts should be good at tight end. That offensive line should improve. Like everything else should be improving around it. So you're thinking, hey, can Chris Henry in his first year basically give you Carnell Tate his junior year?
See, Bob, when I saw the X Factor thing before, and I stopped scrolling at first, because I wanted to see what it said. X Factor, I was okay, I stopped scrolling.
There's a great movie called Project X.
Is that the monkey movie?
No.
What?
There's no monkeys in there.
Okay, I'm telling you now. There's some kind of movie, I think, that has Project in it that starred Matt LeBlanc. That's Friends guy, right?
Yep.
With a monkey and a baseball
I like how
team.
you don't just say he was on Friends. It's
Friends guy.
Friends guy. It's Games of Thrones. It's the Friday Night Lights thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I do.
You sound like my mom, dude. And she has a minimal general awareness about more than you. So we got to step our game up.
Ed.
Matt LeBlanc's movie is Ed.
No project in that at all.
Jack nowhere in there does it say project. Jack Cooper, Matt LeBlanc, could be a world-class baseball pitcher if he didn't keep buckling under the pressure. He tries to keep his spirits up after he's traded to a minor league team, but loses all hope when he discovers that Ed, one of his teammates, is a chimp.
Yeah,
Ed used to be the team mascot, but was promoted to third base when the owners realized he had a talent for baseball. As Jack struggles to get used to his new surroundings, Ed helps him regain his confidence.
What year did that come out?
1996, and I saw it. Not in the theaters. I've watched it, though.
It got a 2.8 on IMDb. That might be the lowest IMDb I've ever seen for a movie I've just generally looked up. Normally, the bad ones still get 4 or 5. Like, hey, this wasn't good. Not going to win Best Picture, but it was entertaining.
I'm going to tell you, the plot line of that sounds terrible. That sounds like Air Bud, but awful.
They're bringing back Air Bud, by the way.
Okay. Like if they tried to make Air Bud that wasn't for kids,
but worse,
but for an adult,
like a chimpanzee, who, by the way, 50-50 shot he might get that grounder. Also 50-50 shot he might kill everybody on the team. Just start ripping people's faces off like that happened to that one girl a couple decades ago or whatever.
Outside of the Spider-Man horse racing movie.
I don't even know what that means.
Was Tobey Maguire in a movie with a horse?
Yeah, he was in not Secretary. Was it
Seabiscuit?
Seabiscuit.
Okay, so Spider-Man horse racing movie.
That has nothing to do. That's a character that he's playing.
Outside of that,
Gatsby?
Can you think of another movie where a prominent sports figure in the movie was an animal that you enjoyed?
I mean, I liked Air Bud as a kid.
You did? Okay, but right. Would you call Air Bud a good movie?
What movies am I going to see that the star is an animal?
That's what I'm trying to think about. I know that
Free Willy.
There was a couple of TV episodes of Free Willy. I don't think that would classify. I don't remember playing any sports, but I could be wrong on that one.
Look at that dog. It's a dog making basketball shots.
Ace Ventura. Snowflake.
Scooby-Doo.
How about Hidalgo?
Have there only been
Viggo Mortensen, the long horse race over through the desert, the Sahara?
The Odyssey had a horse in it. It's fake.
It's true.
Spoiler alert.
Then why?
I gotta tell you, Bob, that it's a pretty great scene when they show him in the horse.
Oh, I can imagine.
Can you imagine being one of the men in the horse?
It's pretty hot.
That's a pretty among other things, but just the ability to I don't think I'd ever stop talking about it when I got back home.
Yeah,
like it would be like, how was the 20-year journey? No. Let me tell you about the time we spent in the horse.
Yeah. I did see Spider-Man yesterday.
Nice.
You said my youngest son. I'm gonna get the Odyssey. Just the timing up. I want to see
that. Wish you got the right pronunciation.
I want to see that in IMAX and the timing of it. And I didn't think my youngest son would be game for 2.5 hours of Odyssey.
That's long.
Spider-Man, a lot of movement, and he's familiar with all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
So that was.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I thought it was one of the best. Yeah. Not only Spider-Man movies, but one of the best Marvel, honestly. I thought Holland was great in it.
And it's good. Ended on a high note, which makes me feel good about life and everything.
We're back, baby. Marvel's back.
We
took a little dip.
We did. And then last night we watched Daddy's Home again, which I have never seen. Gosh, I forgot Bill Burr was in that. Wahlberg is amazing. It's so good. I've seen Daddy's Home too. We watched that recently.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
And that's good.
It's got
Cena.
Yes, and who's the older guy?
He was, it's
very
Farrell's
famous
dad.
actor. Yeah.
And he's still alive, I think. He was in.
Oh, yeah, he's
been in a lot of stuff. He was the bad guy in Cliffhanger.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, yeah, Mel Gibson's in it. Yeah, I'm thinking of.
Will Ferrell's dad.
Yes.
John Lithgow.
Yes, who's also been in a lot of stuff. Yeah. I forgot Gibson is his dad. And he is just like him. That was great. My dad loved that because he loves Mel Gibson.
Bondo Goes to College, 1952.
Okay. We're not looking up animal movies.
Bob, this one sounds interesting. Gus, 1976.
Gus.
Don Knotts is a coach of a NFL team.
Have you seen these movies?
No, I've not seen this. And he recruited a mule that could kick 100-yard field goals. I didn't realize there's more than one Air Bud movie. Air Bud.
There's like 30
Air Bud Golden Receiver.
Yes, there's like 30 Air Buds, dude.
There's Soccer Dog, the movie from 1999.
Listen, You put a golden retriever in a movie, I'm gonna watch.
Air Bud World Pup. Do you know
Even
also
the original Air Bud got 5.4 out of 10 on
It's
IMDb,
a kids movie.
which is,
Yeah.
but that's still like double whatever that monkey movie was.
That's terrible.
MVP Most Valuable Primate was about a chimp that plays hockey, and they also had MVP 2, Most Vertical Primate, where he's on skateboard. This other guy.
This is unbelievable. I can't. I mean, this is.
Did you ever see Air Bud's 7th Inning Fetch?
I think I saw part of the original Air Bud, like in general passing. Like I'm aware of it. I know what it is. I couldn't probably draw out the plot line for you, and I feel pretty good about that.
Speaking of X Factors, I'm sure I saw this last December, but I honestly did not remember this at all until I saw this article. Will Muschamp back at Texas.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's, you know, like what is old is new. Bring him back. You know, it's not.
He was going to be the head coach. Mac Brown wouldn't retire, right? So he went to Florida. That didn't go very well.
No.
But hey, all roads lead back home.
It's not quite as good as the story of Brent Pry, who is
now that is just incredible.
Who has just moved down the hall in there. Hey, Brent, you were with me at Penn State.
Yeah.
I'm getting the job here. Your family likes it here. I need a DC.
Hey.
You're here. We're friends. Are you willing to just bend the knee and join the squad? And he did. And that's like, honestly, it's the most mature decision I've ever seen two men make.
Yeah.
You know?
Best case, it was,
it's honestly,
all parties involved. Or
not terrible. Like when Luke Fickell was here as the interim coach, Urban came in like, hey, we want to keep you.
Yeah.
Some people be like, no, I'm out. And that's how, what's his name? Safety for Wisconsin was when they.
Jim Leonard.
Jim Leonard. When they brought in Fick, and you want to stay, and I get that. But like, hey, we want to keep you on.
Yeah.
Even though you're the interim coach, or maybe you're the head coach before. Like, and it was different because those guys had worked together in the past.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's the most mature decision I've watched two men make. A little bit like Daddy's Home, you know, a little co-parenting situation.
And it worked out.
It did.
At least to Cincinnati. TBD still on Wisconsin. I remember when November of 2009, when the inevitable was happening and Charlie Weiss's tenure was coming to an end and we could all see it. I remember asking my dad, like, hey, why don't we just keep Charlie Weiss as the offensive coordinator? He's like, that's not really how that works. I'm like, listen, Jim McClawson was really good last year. Look at all these receivers we got. And you know what? Maybe some of Brian Kelly's offenses early on there would have been better if they did.
Third one in the series, MXP, Most Extreme Primate, where he did the extreme games.
Chimps, monkeys, it's just not an animal you want to mess with.
No, it's not. Like, it's not. Yeah.
As far as the ability to just snap.
Yes.
And then, like if I went home this weekend and our family dog just like tried to kill me.
Right.
I got a decent shot at holding him down. Not great. If he gets a hold of me, I'm probably in trouble. That chimp gets a hold of you, buddy.
You're done.
It's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah, the chimp's
R.I.P.
underrated.
Harambe.
Yes, which is why they're great for football and I guess hockey too. In that one, I didn't know about the extreme games when I made.
When the chimps do the raids on other chimps, they rip their manhood off and then stuff it in their mouth.
Yeah, that's
like Bolton.
Yeah, basically, little Ramsey's Bolton.
Send it back home.
Yes,
there you go, Dad. Yeah, man, I've seen most, not all, but most of those Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah.
We're in trouble if they ever start figuring things out.
We better start grooming them because we're going to need their help against the robots. That's the reality.
That's true too.
If we can team up your brute strength with our intelligence, that'll give us a chance. Kind of like those Raptors. We get the Raptors, get the helmet on them. You know, but we get
clicking. Use the clicker.
It's going to be the army of the living versus the non-living.
Okay.
So all of the species must come together to fight off the robots.
Okay, so do we agree it's most likely
Chimps,
robots?
Number 1 draft pick on that?
Oh, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely.
What about like...
I should get some sort of golden eagles, maybe some giant
something
birds
that can
of prey
fly,
can rip them off the ground.
Something in the air would definitely help. I believe aren't like hippopotamuses like full muscle.
They'll
be a high draft pick too.
They bite your tails off and dump on you at the end when they beat you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Like when the losing male, it's a pretty rough situation for them.
We agree it's more likely robots than an animal class.
I don't know, but I know robots. We're
heading down a path.
We're actively leading us to where we don't want to go.
We've started to have some movies where AI becomes humans.
Coach,
that's never a great time.
iRobot is all I needed to see.
That was 20 years ago.
And it's like, hey,
Will Smith ain't getting any younger.
No. Exactly.
He's going to lead the way.
He already fended off that I Am Legend disease.
Yes,
I mean,
he did
how much can you
twice.
ask him to do? He slapped Chris Rock. I mean, he's doing the Lord's work, for heaven's sake.
Coming up next, we'll tell you what's got us juice, morning juice.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
Knee pain's something I lived with since the big game, and I'm over surgeries. That's how I found QC Kinetics. I was able to get in, see the doctors, do the treatment, and get my knee feeling basically brand new. I can work out, run, most importantly, chase my son around the house and the yard, and do my job without any pain.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thitoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The 10 TV Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the news you need. 10 TV Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
All right, morning juice. Let's get to it quickly. We'll tell you what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
It's a Tuesday. It's a Bodie Sunday, though, because it's not a Bodie Friday because he's taking tomorrow off, but he has to work the next day. So I would say it's a Bodie Sunday. Bodie, what's got you juiced?
Let's start with Schlegs here first.
Guys can't be walking around the hallways anymore naked, just like people were doing at the beginning of Zoom.
What does being naked have to do with spreading COVID?
I don't know. Probably get it anywhere.
It's one of the great lines.
Airborne virus, not as much as a skin.
STD. Is it STD? Is COVID an STD?
I guess
There's
so.
your poll. There's your poll question.
So, guys, got a couple things for you. A little bit of positive, a little bit of negative, unfortunately. Positive side, as we talked about earlier today, was pretty juiced. I felt like old Cousin Eddie in the grocery store when Clark told him he was going to buy his family's Christmas gifts. Just waking up. This is a real nice surprise, waking up from my nap yesterday to see Southern California back on the schedule. That had me super juiced there. Does not have me juiced. Second time in as many weeks, kind of had some bad news for the Jackets front here, unfortunately. Saw Jeff Swoboda's let go of like his spot there as the Jackets reporter, Jackets insider there. Was not super juiced to see that. Had him on the show quite a bit over the years in my various workings here before I settled in here with you guys, as I've kind of always would fill in across the board there. And then Carp, I think you and Beamer, he was a weekly guest, if I'm not mistaken there. So really sad to hear that. And, didn't have a ton of interaction with him per se, but was always super nice to me anytime. One of the many things that always makes my job easier is when I would reach out to guests, be like, hey, can you come on tomorrow? He was always somebody who was like, yep, can do it. Would always make it happen, always a quick response too. So really sad to see that news there. So that does not have me juiced, unfortunately, this morning. But Carp, about an hour and a half, heading out to the Woody with, I think, Tyler and Fish and maybe other people. I'm not really sure. I don't know. That was a last-minute invite from me, but heading out there to check things out. And I'll be off tomorrow and then back with you guys. I'll see you guys out there Thursday morning.
Yeah, that's exciting. Normally I'd be out there to see you. I usually go and work out after this up there. But today is my son's birthday, so we're going to head home. We're going to head to Kings Island. So nice. I'm happy the weather worked out. It was supposed to be dicey all week, but it cleared up today. And last year was a little bumpy. I'm going to be honest. I rode everything. I was good. We ended up getting rained out at the end. We were getting ready to ride the Flight of Fury, which I haven't ridden in like 15 years. And I was starting to get a little weary from the coasters. They were taking their toll on me. But about 3 weeks after that, I got to take that ride in the F-18, which was like the ultimate roller coaster. Said, hold my beer.
Say a roller coaster, son. This is real life.
I said, I'd like to ride roller coasters again. Tracks? After riding that, just knowing how that felt on my body versus what roller coasters used to be the apex. And then I experienced that. It's like fighting Mike Tyson and then fighting a gorilla. You thought Mike Tyson was bad, and then you realized the gorilla could just actually rip your head right off your body, like without a whole lot of effort. So whole nother realm. So excited to do that. And he is, what also is cool is my dad sent me our height chart from where our kids were all at. My brothers and I were all relative to my kids. And so at age 10, I was about 4'10", and he is about 4'10". So is Cullen, my other son, and so we were all kind of there. He picked up 3 inches on Cullen last year. Cullen had a little bit of they were both the same at 8. Cullen grew more from 8 to 9, and then Caleb grew more from 9 to 10 to be able to catch him. So they each grew about 5 inches in 2 years, just in different little increments there, which is pretty cool. So he can ride all the rides now at Kings Island like a big dude, and we don't have to stuff his shoes full of newspaper anymore to make it legal-ish.
I remember having that thing with like at different rides where we'd get Artie's hair and spike it up.
So if you go at the beginning, you get the wristband, right? And then once you have the wristband, they don't test you anymore. And so I was like, get the newspaper, jam it in there. We need about a half inch to get you there. But now he's well beyond all that.
Do you have any problem with any coasters in it now or not? Like, cause
I'll do them all.
You'll do upside down stuff, and I don't do upside down anymore.
I don't particularly care for backwards, and if I can, I'll ride them all. If you really want to ride a backwards one, we'll do that. I don't really like for.
I'm not doing the spin cups or things like that.
No, the spins are not it. Yeah. That's what got me on the deal was the barrel rolls, not the G's. So I'm excited. I'll be able to handle everything they got at Kings Island.
There we go. All right, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Tomorrow, look, it could be a great show. It could.
It'll be a great show.
Okay, that's fine.
Could be greater.
We may have a couple of guests we don't normally have on Wednesdays in the morning. Oh, here we go with the shot. Bob, take the shot.
Oh yeah.
Now, look, it's turn now.
It is turn.
You still got the backboard though.
It's not even touching, dude.
You got a backboard still. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that was incredibly short right there. Look at that. That's like Manute Bowl shooting a 3.
The coat on, by the way.
Oh, here we go with the coat.
They're still 2 for 3. That's a pretty good.
He's 0 for his last one. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We're back tomorrow. Morning Juice.